Okay, guys, this is Outdoor Stories by Larry. I've been encouraged to tell a few of my stories, and I want to give you one today. And at the end of this video, uh, I will leave you my email if you want to write in your stories. And I prefer they be true stories because this is what makes them good and what makes them funny is not something made up, it's something that really happens to you. And so my wife been kind of excited about me doing this channel and want me to talk to you about it. So I want to tell you about the stories, about stories that has come my way. And but anyway, as we get into the story, and it's true happening, and just things happens in the woods. And the stories we're going to be talking about today will be hunting stories, fishing stories, camping or hiking. It's basically outdoor stories. And I want them to be true stories. And basically this channel, that's what it's all going to be about anyway. But something to interest the people. And so I'm, besides, I got several hobbies. I fish, I hunt, I do a little bit of all of them. I hike from time to time, and also a pastor church, and man, we just got all kind of funny stories. So never know what we're going to talk about, but today I want to talk about a turkey hunting story, and I hope you stay with us and just kindly come to the end of it and get our email and send in your story, or send one you'd like to hear me tell that you've heard of me before. But anyway, okay, let's go back about 3 years ago, probably 2017, might even been 2016. It was spring turkey season, and so I like turkey hunting. I like to get up real early, get up before daylight. I like to get up before the turkeys start telling themselves where they're at on the roost, and so I knew this morning I was going up into the national forest and where I was going to hunt at and go behind a gate, and so one reason I get in there real early is get in there for a day, and then I'll be there when the turkeys come off the roost, and that's the way turkey hunters do. And so nobody was at the gate. Now, it being government land, it's always good that nobody is sitting at your gate, because if somebody's at the gate, out of courtesy, and I will go on to another place. We always had to have a plan A and a plan B. Well, plan A was to go inside this gate today and see that if I could see any turkeys. Yes, every year I'd go in and I would hear old turkey yelp, or I look for signs. If I don't hear one and I see signs, well, I know it's going to be a good spot. So as I go into the woods, mind you, I've got to walk about a mile to get where I'm going to go. And I remember this morning just like it was yesterday. I walk in the woods, and I'm fixing to be right around the curve from where I'm going to stop, and I'm going to hoot like an owl. Hooting like an owl will cause turkeys to gobble sometime, especially on up in the season, early season. I'm just hoping to hear something. Well, anyway, just as before I get around the curve to get to where I'm going, I look, and there's a green Toyota 4-wheel drive truck sitting there. Well, he's behind the gate. I'm thinking, my goodness. He comes up a trail somebody had cut up a fire lane. And it's kind of, you want to get teed off real quick, because they ain't supposed to be in there in their vehicles anyway. It's on national forest. There's a gate there, and that gate man stay out behind it. Well, anyway, so, when I walked by, I said, well, I'm going to walk on there anyway, because the truck ain't supposed to be in there. I get in there, and the guy probably about the age of my dad. My dad's done passed on now, but we was good hunting buddies. But I saw him, and I looked, and there was some spiral walking canes in the back of his truck. I said, well, this is a crippled guy. And so what? I look, and I see him standing in the road. And he's listening for a turkey down there across the road from where I was going to listen to it. But I see him, and I said, I didn't know you was in here. And I said, I was stopped at the gate. And he said, yeah, I come in a different way. And I knew that he wasn't supposed to be in there. He knew he wasn't supposed to, but him being crippled, I wasn't going to call the game warden and say, hey, there's a truck in there, because a lot of people get mad at you hunting in the same place they do. And so out of respect, leave him alone. I turned around, and you know what I had to do? I walked a mile back out of the woods. Well, I'm already pushing time for daylight. And, now my plan A has been messed up. I'm not going to hunt there. I told him I'm going to ease on back out. I'm going to go somewhere else. Well, he tried to say, no, you can hunt. I said, nah, go ahead, you hunt these turkeys, and I will go somewhere else. So I leave, and I go up the highway from the house, and it's on National Forest as well. And when I get in the woods, just before I get in the woods, I'm driving up the highway, a turkey flies out in front of me. I'm thinking, I'm already feeling bad because my hunt's been messed up. Daylight's already caught us, and now it's going to be at the mercy of my good call or whatever is going to get me a turkey this day. And so, nevertheless, when this turkey flies across in front of me, well, I was fixing to pull in to where I was going to park. And when this turkey pulls out in front of me, turkey don't pull out in front of me instead of pulling in like it is, the turkey flew in front of me and went across down in the way I was going to go. So I go up to the top of the hill, turn around, come back, eased in, cut my motor off. And the way I usually walk in, I said, well, that turkey's going to see me if I walk in that way, because he flew down in my hollow. So I pick up higher on the hill, and I ease up the top of the hill, and I know I can't expose myself because he's going to see me. And all of a sudden he gobbles. And I'm thinking, man, I ain't done anything. Well, I can't go nowhere. I'm right at the peak of the hill. I cannot move. And I said, what am I going to do? So I pull my vest off. Got my hunting vest. It's got my shells in it and everything, which I got 3 shells in my gun. And I pull my blind out. And I'm in some bushy place. It's so bushy, and I see the road right in front of me out there. Well, I pull my blind out, and when I pull this blind out, I just pulled it up on the limbs and briars. I ain't got time to do anything. And then I'll start pulling my collars out. I look at my vest, I zip my vest loose, I've got a Black Widow, a slate collar that I got from Bass Pro years ago, and I pull it out. I pull out a mouth collar that I use, that I like to use. It was one of those New Haven turkey collars, and so I pull it out, and then I slid everything out of the way, and I'm getting all set up, getting ready. I ain't said anything, even though the turkey gobbled, and he gobbled at one time. Well, I take my Black Widow and I put sandpaper on it, and I kind of scrape it, and I struck it one time, like that. When I did, he go, gobble, gobble, gobble. He just gobbles, and wow, man, this is good. I love this. And then I put my mouth collar in my mouth, and I just did a little short series, and I go, and he go, gobble, 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 gobble. Boy, he was a gobbling, and I'm thinking, my goodness. Well, I waited about 2 minutes or 3, and I took my collar and I purred it, my slate collar, and I go like that. And whenever I did, he gobbled, and he was closer. I said, okay, I ain't gonna do nothing else. He's coming. And I got rid of my vest over to the side, and I didn't have time to really dress up, put my shells on my side or nothing else like that. I got a little army pouch that I keep my extra shells in, and so as I waited on him, and waited a little bit, I didn't hear anything. I said, well, let me yep one more time. I was already kind of sad because my hunt's been messed up, but man, this day ended up being perfect. And I yelped my collar again, just yelped it, and he gobbled right there at me, so I shut up, and I kept looking. And all of a sudden I saw a figure. It was a dark figure, and I knew that was him. He was coming up in the thick brush, and I was looking for a head. And I saw his head, and I saw the blue head. He was way out there, and I eased my gun up and put it on his head and neck, and so I waited, and he stopped, and I said, well, I squeezed off a round, and he fell down. And so I jumped, like most hunters, turkey hunters, they know what I'm talking about. If you're out there listening, you know exactly, you got to jump on him quick. And I take off, and I got within 4 or 5 feet of this turkey, and he jumps up like he's going to run. So when he jumps up to run, well, I throw my gun down, and I reached for him, and I missed him. And I was grabbing him, and he run out behind me, or right out from under me. I had him pinned, I thought. He run out of my arms and kind of shot through there, and he went hopping. And I was running with all my, all my might, trying to catch this turkey. And I guess about 25 yards, now about halfway of that distance, I thought, you dummy. You laid your gun down, this turkey's hopping, and I went running, and I was jumping, trying to catch this turkey, and he got to the peak of the hill, and he was like picked up and started just dropping. But I saw the side of his face. His whole side of his face was bloodshot where I shot him on the head, and it tore his head up. And so, okay, I said, well, I watched him. He wobbled down after he picked up. He didn't fly, he just picked up. And he run off the edge of the hill, kind of wobbling and going down to this little branch. And some people call them rivers, but I call them little branch, little stream coming out of the hills. And so I got to turn around and go back and look for my gun. I'm in a thick place. I can't find my gun. Well, dang, I can't find. Well, I got to find my blind. Well, I know my blind's in the bushes. I can't even find my blind. And my wife, she laughs at me because I'm so totally upset now because I'm stupid. I let my gun lay down. I can't find my blind, can't find my gun. So I knew the turkey was against a big black, like a red oak. And I looked and I followed and I found the red oak and went over there. Sure enough, I found my gun. But in the process of doing that, something I didn't notice, I lost my phone, I lost my glasses, and I lost my hat. And I was so excited because this was a big turkey. I mean, it was a big turkey and a big long beard. I mean, it's a hunter's dream. I mean, you don't get hardly better than this. It's extra size turkey. So, well, okay, I went and got my gun and I started off looking. I didn't know I lost my phone and my hat, my glasses and all that, but, well, I get my gun. Okay, I start down there the last place I saw the turkey and I didn't see it. I was thinking, man, the branch branched off, went 2 ways. So I went this way on the branch. I went that way on the branch. I went every way. I went up a holler. I could not find my turkey. So as a pastor, I couldn't find my turkey. And I said, as a pastor and everything, and as a Christian, we learn how to pray. And I said, okay, Lord, I've been stupid today, and I've been hurt to start with, messed up on my plan A, had to come to plan B, messed that up. And I said, Lord, I know the coyotes has got to eat, but I sure would like to get my turkey. Will you help me find my turkey? But if not, I know coyotes got to eat, bobcats got to eat. Okay, well, as I started back, I'm disgusted because I can't find my turkey. I'm starting back up the hill, and I looked, and there was my turkey coming toward me. I said, really? I mean, I went around the hill, and now this turkey's coming back from where I'd just come from down that mountain, and as I went around the hill, he must run up the hill. Well, here I go. I'm thinking, man, well, here he comes. Well, okay, I'm anxious. Ancient for it. So what anxious that I'm gonna kill this turkey. So I overshot. I put my gun on it. I shot him, and I didn't see him no more. I said, really? Okay. Well, he comes running, and I look up. I'm looking. I didn't see him, and I raise up, and I look and he comes a running. Well, what did when he did, I put another shot at him, pulled the trigger, and same thing. I overshot him again. Well, here he comes again. I look, really? He keeps coming. Okay, now got to think about it. My shells is over in my vest, over there at my blind. Now here comes the turkey, and I snap on him. I said, well, I'm gonna get you this time, and I let him get about 15 foot from me, and I had my aim on him. I pulled the trigger, and it snapped. I said, really? Now I ain't got no shells. I said, oh no, and the turkey come running, and he didn't slow up for me. And you know, I got my wife sitting here recording this, and she's over there laughing, but that's all right. Well, what do? I started playing baseball. Well, the turkey comes, and he just runs over me. Just before he got to me, though, I took my gun like a baseball bat, and I go, wham! I slapped him with my barrel. I knocked that turkey around. I fell down. I was laying on the ground. I was crawling, and I was trying to, and I got the turkey pinned, and I pinned him against a tree, and he somehow still run out under my arm. And I said, really? After I knocked him down with my gun, hit him hard as I could around the neck and the head, and that didn't faze him really. Well, okay, he runs, and you know what he did? We was on that same peak where he jumped the peak and took off down that holler again, and so he started doing that again, and I was running. I said, I ain't giving you up this time. So I took a long, wide path around him, and I got in front of that turkey again, and he didn't slow up. He comes straight down that hill, and he comes straight, and here he comes. Well, see, I ain't got no shells, so I got to bat him again. And so then I come around, he was coming running, he run right to me, and I batted him again, and I was laying down on the ground. He was laying down. I knocked my leg out of joint. I mean, I got knee problems. I put my legs out of joint. I'm bleeding, but I end up, what was a miracle. I mean, this was a miracle in the making. You don't believe in miracles? Just think of this. I caught him by the leg that time. Oh Lord, he was mine when I caught him by the leg. I knew. Now, have you ever caught a live turkey by the leg, and especially a 22-pound turkey, gobbler, with an inch and a half spurs? You ain't caught nothing, but you think you caught a wildcat. And he was beating me. He stuck a spur in the corner of my eye. I was bleeding like a stuck pig, and but the thing about it, I caught him by the foot. I wouldn't go. He would beat me with his wings, and so then I was able, after I finally got back to my feet, I still had the turkey, and he was flopping. I stomped his head with my foot. I couldn't kill him. I tried to wring his neck. I could not kill that joker. I beat him with a stick. I couldn't kill him. But finally, after he whooped me for 20 minutes or better, you know, I walked off, and I remember coming home, and my wife said, baby, what happened to you? I said, I got in a fight. And but I'm gonna tell you, sometimes, if you know, it's kind of like playing football or whatever sport you're in, baseball or volleyball, whatever. Sometimes it's not easy to take your trophy. Sometimes you run into obstacles that keeps you from taking that trophy home. But anyway, I did take my trophy home. Inch and a half spurs, like I said, I'll show it to you today. 12 and a half inch beard. I mean, that's a hunter's dream. You know, they get bigger than that. Here in Alabama, 22 pounds is a good sized turkey. 12 and a half inch beard, what that was, and almost 13. And I had a good day. But the fight, I had to fight for him. But if anything good, it's worth a good fight. So I still live today. I call myself on my email TreyStanDaddy77 at yahoo.com. And that was just one funny story I wanted to tell. I did Like I said, the reason I knew the size and how big Spurs was because I took my trophy, not without a fight. I batted him down 2 different times, but I wanted you, if you have some good stories, good true stories that you would like to send in on my email, it'll also be at the bottom of my screen again today, TristanDaddy77@yahoo.com. I want you to send them in, and we will get them, and I'm going to try to do this once a week, try to send another story. I got more turkey stories I want to tell. I've got deer stories I want to tell you. I had some exciting times in the woods with my a lot of you might know my son-in-law Don Browning. He hunts a lot, turkey hunts or whatever. He's with me on some of the occasions, but get back with us, and I'm glad you watched today. And if you like this video, share it, like it, click on it, let us know about it, and send your stories in as well, and we would like to share them as well. Maybe once a week we will try to do one, and if you send us in a good story that's real, that you know that people will enjoy listening to, well, just call it in, and we thank you, and God bless you until next time. This is Tristan Daddy, and we'll catch you in the next episode.